Hey, what's up, guys? Today is the 4th of June 2017. I'm going to be going over this week's trade ideas. Do remember that every trade has to have a setup first, so in order for the trades to work, the levels that I'm looking at needs to come into play. If I'm looking for a breakout zone, it needs to happen. If I'm looking for a pullback zone, it needs to hold, for example. So let's get into this week's ideas. First on the list is TWLO. Now I like the little curl on this chart, and it's obviously making a higher low down at the bottom. So what I'm looking at here, based off the higher low, is we can try to play some strength off of this range. We know that the immediate small term downtrend have been broken to the upside. We have a nice bullish engulfing and some decent buyers coming into it in a Friday session. So what I'd like to see on this chart is that I'd like to see some pullback. I'd like to see some retracement off of this move here, and I'd put it somewhere closer to about $24.50 or so for that level of pullback off of the Friday session. So $24.50, 55 cents, somewhere around into that range could give you an opportunity to play this one on the long side. The risk on a day trade would have to be to Friday session lows, and if we were to get a break over Friday session high, it could put you into an add spot and a possible trade here for you to hold on to for a little bit more upside move. Number 2 on the list is RAD, R-A-D. I feel like this chart is definitely tightening up at the bottom, and what I do like is on the shorter term here we have a decent attempt to break this downtrend to the upside. I think with a little bit more increase, a break over Friday session high would put you into a trade setup here for a continuation move up into this $4.15 range. I think that this chart could present you with an opportunity for a short-term swing if this bottom area can hold. I mean, for right now, the chart have done this before where it's kind of stair-stepped and given you higher low scenarios, but it's failed in the attempts to hold those levels. So again, charts presented with a very similar setup here with the possibility to break over the trend to the upside and give you that potential hold for an upside move. So I'd be looking to play RAD if it broke over Friday session high, and again a continuation effort in that chart if it was to hold over. Number 3 on the list is VRX. Like the area on this chart, I feel like the 50 EMA presents you with an opportunity to take the trade on the long side. We've seen that biotech have held its major moving average, and here we are at VRX with a nice chart and a decent pullback off of the top levels. We've seen the sellers kind of dry up, indicators are starting to reset, stochastics down to the oversold condition, and the MACD starting to flatten out. If we can pick up some buyers here, I'd be looking for a long play on VRX coming into this week, and it should be a nice continuation play again if we were to hold these current levels. Number 4 on the list is Nktr. I do see the chart starting to flag a bit more, and what you can try to accomplish if you do play this one on a pullback on Nktr. Obviously we'd like to get a pullback in order to be long on it, but this chart's already kind of in motion and it may just continue for the upside move. If we were to get a pullback, I mean, it would definitely be a spot where we can probably play it on the long side. If we were to get a pullback, I'd think a respectable pullback to about $20.20 here could give us some support off of Thursday's session high for a long entry on Nktr somewhere closer to about 2020, and that could possibly give us the final push into the break over this downtrend line. If we get the downtrend line to break, again, it could be a setup for a continued type trade. Number 5 on the list is Tgtx. I do like the breakout on this one. The chart obviously have come over the resistance levels here, broken over this flat top area for a push higher. So what we would need on a chart like this, we would need the chart to retest that set area that it just broke over, putting you somewhere closer to an entry at about $13.05 for a long trade on Tgtx. Again, another one with possible continuation move to the upside, and it is a biotech chart, and we do have a little warmth on the biotech sector. Himx have had a couple nice days to the upside. A 13 crossover chart closed over its 200 SMA. For me, with the hanging man candle up at the top there, I would prefer to see a pullback off the chart, and I think coming into the week we should be able to get that pullback. I would like to see the chart pull back to about $7.25, where it can retest that 50 EMA, and a decent area for us to really get a little bit more serious. We're taking it on the long side. So I think about $7.20, $7.25 into that range, it could really give us a better opportunity to take the trade on the long side. Number 7 on the list is Pandora. We've been seeing that the chart's starting to hold a little base here, and again, very much like RAD before, the chart, every time it starts to curl up, it tends to fail, but there's an opportunity here, as every single chart does have its areas where eventually they do hold and eventually they do reverse, even if it's a top chart or a bottom picking chart. Pandora here sets up as a bottom picking chart. Still presents opportunities to trade them though. Just because they're at the bottom doesn't mean they'll stay there forever. So on this particular chart, I would like to see the chart actually reclaim some zones. So I'm thinking if we can get the chart to close over $9.41, kind of breaking over these areas here of resistance, I think it could provide us with a long opportunity. So a long on Pandora over $9.41 should be sufficient enough to keep the chart into an upward type of momentum. Number 8 on the list is eBay. So eBay's up on the chart itself. I still feel like there's continuation moves here, and I would like to see a pullback on it first, obviously, to take it on a long side. I think a respectable pullback on this chart comes right into that $35 level, giving us a nice round number to get eBay on a long side. And I think we still have some strength on this chart, so I would like to see a pullback on eBay to $35 for a long trade coming into this week. OPK, small chart, it's been bought up quite a bit down at the bottom here by the CEO, and I kind of like the chart for a continuation move to the upside. Another biotech chart, so remaining in that thesis where the sector is heating up, I would like to see some continuation off of OPK. I think if the chart was to pull back into the $6.50 range, it gets us into a buying area, and I would like to then take it on the long side. So for me right now, I'm looking into the $6.50 range for a possible play and a long hold on OPK. Number 10 on the list is BMY, as the chart is kind of tightening up here at the moving averages. We have the 50 EMA, the 200 SMA, the 8 EMA, the 13 EMA. All these moving averages are tightening up here. I think that BMY has a potential for a push move to the upside. What I'd like to see on BMY is a small pullback off of Friday's move, and I'm thinking that $54.85 gets us to that range. So I'm not looking for a lot of pullback here on BMY. So if the chart was to have a snap pullback from Friday's sessions and pull back to this retest this breakout area here, I think it can be a quick play on BMY. Chart haven't really closed over the 200 SMA in quite a while, and it could provide you with an opportunity. As you can see, a lot of my charts, I do look at the intraday trades, but I do focus a lot also on continuation trades, because the fact is that a lot of people take those day trades excited with the small moves that they can get out of the trades, but they don't give the chart the opportunity for continuation. And a lot of my charts, when I do look at them, I'm looking not just at where they came from and not just that trade at hand, but I do look for a lot of charts that can have continuation moves. And so most of the trade ideas that I do bring up has the potential for continuation moves, and that's what that what if remainder on the chart is for. So again, wait for the charts to set up, wait for them to give you those formations that you can play with. And for those of you guys that are not familiar with my trading, you can check out the website at icemantradingacademy.com, and there you'll find links to pretty much everything. And if you are interested in day trading with me, you can also sign up there. Thank you. Have a great and profitable week.